Coming up in the news tonight, the health minister clarifying details of the honorarium payments to healthcare workers. The nation's governor general testing positive for COVID-19. And a local Christian ministry preparing for a major youth event. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, the Minister of Health, the Honorable Renwood Wells, outlining details of the honorarium payments to healthcare workers while responding to claims that he received a large payout. This comes as healthcare workers in Grand Bahama and New Providence continue a sick out after some frontline workers did not receive the honorarium payment. Italia Hall has more.
In a statement, the Minister of Health, the Honorable Renwood Wells, noting that during his contribution to the 2021-2022 budget debate, he advised the nation that the government approved $1,040,600 in honorarium and death benefits to be paid out. $400,000 as death benefits to the legal representatives of the 4 healthcare workers who passed away in the line of duty from COVID-19, and $640,600 to 143 frontline healthcare workers who stepped forward initially during the first wave of the COVID-19 pandemic. For those who later joined the fight, the government approved an additional $3 million in the 2021-2022 budget that will be paid out to approximately 1,700 healthcare workers. The minister said as of August 4, 2021, some 1,732 employees began to receive their payouts. That number includes 308 doctors, 644 nurses, 111 emergency medical services staff, and 669 non-clinical staff. Wells also shutting down claims that he had received an honorarium payment of $10,000 and that his driver and personal assistant receive honorarium payments of $5,000 each. The minister said he did not receive an honorarium payment. Further, his driver and personal assistant received the same minimum honorarium payment of $1,158.40 issued to non-frontline workers. However, he said that he has asked both his driver and personal assistant to return the funds that was disbursed to them from the Bahamas government, and they have agreed. The minister noting that he made no recommendations as to who should receive an honorarium. The names of all persons to receive an honorarium was recommended by a select committee within the Ministry of Health. Minister Wells extending deep appreciation on behalf of the government to all frontline and non-frontline workers. He said their sacrifices and hard work can never be fully rewarded. Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
Meanwhile, the Governor General, the Most Honorable Sir Cornelius Smith, though fully vaccinated, has tested positive for COVID-19, his office confirming late yesterday. We understand that Sir Cornelius was tested this past Friday after being exposed to a COVID-19 patient. The result of his test was confirmed Sunday evening. At last report, the Governor General was asymptomatic. He's abiding by all of the established public health quarantine protocols and is encouraging all Bahamians who have not yet done so to get vaccinated. The Bahamas Insurance Association releasing a press statement regarding social media misinformation. The statement reads that the association has noted an erroneous statement circulating on social media, advising that life insurance will not cover you if you are vaccinated or die from complications as a result of the COVID-19 vaccination. The association is advising that this statement is absolutely false, adding that in the extremely unlikely event of someone dying as a result of a vaccine approved for emergency use by local authorities, subject to the usual requirements, the life insurance policy will respond as intended. The association notes the effectiveness of the vaccine with regard to preventing serious illness and death, and encourages all Bahamians to seriously consider getting one of the approved vaccines currently available in the Bahamas. The government is continuing its push for all residents in the Bahamas to become vaccinated. And tonight, leaders in the Haitian community on Grand Bahama are sharing their views on the COVID-19 vaccine. While many continue to debate whether or not they will take the COVID-19 vaccine, leader of the New Jerusalem Church of the Nazarene, Pastor Raymond Charlot, says he is encouraging members of the Haitian community here on Grand Bahama to take the step that could potentially save lives. He says while the vaccine may not offer 100% protection, with God, all things are possible.
But I encourage people, and I'll explain to them, and they heard about the news, they heard it on the news, how important it is to get vaccinated. And the same way, the virus, you don't expect like no one. Everybody get hurt. Everybody feel the pressure, feel the rush of the COVID-19 right now. That's why I'm encourage even the congregation that I'm leading right now. I'm encourage them to take the vaccine, and at the same time, to believe and trust the Lord.
Representative for the Haitian Embassy on Grand Bahama, Lorena Jusma, also encouraging the Haitian community to take the protective jab.
I really encourage, especially the old people, because we don't really have assistance. Our hospital cannot take much. If someone could help yourself, you realize that it's gonna be good for you in the future, take it. Because even in the States, they say people who already take it, they still, catch it. But it's better to get it. You could fight less with the virus instead of stay and listen to the people, the bad news.
However, Haitian community leader Wislet Jackson says that at this time, he and his family will not take the vaccine.
I don't want to say I'm not going to take the vaccine, but I leave this as a question mark. But if I have a choice right now, I'm not going to take the vaccine, not my family. The reason why I don't have a problem with the people that took the vaccine. I don't have a problem with them because that's their choice. Everybody have a choice.
Noting the recent earthquake in Haiti and the great loss of life, Pastor Charlot says that persons cannot take life for granted and the COVID-19 pandemic must be taken more seriously.
When I look at it like that, I say, no, we have to take it serious. Life, death, doesn't matter the age or the color, the nationality, we can't take it for granted. This COVID, this pandemic, it knocked door to door, nation to nation. We have to take it serious.
Jusma adding that at the end of the day, everyone must make the best informed decisions for themselves.
You always have a positive way people encourage you and a negative way when people discourage you to tell you, hey, don't take it. You're gonna have so and so. But the best thing, you know what's best for your life, for you. You have to make a choice.
In other news, we have an update tonight on the investigation into that cargo ship that was allowed to dock and offload wood infested with beetles that are harmful to the island's forestry on Grand Bahama last month. The Cabinet Subcommittee has received the final report from Comptroller of Customs, Janine Moss, on the unlawful dumping of the contaminated wood on Grand Bahama, and the information was turned over to police. According to a statement from the Office of the Attorney General, a copy has also been handed over to the Director of Public Prosecutions. Now, the Pan Jasmine 590-foot vessel was flagged by U.S. Customs and Border Patrol and denied entry in 2 other countries. Meantime, educational officials are reporting outstanding BJC and BGCSE results from schools in the northern Bahamas. The district superintendent of education is applauding parents, teachers, and students for a job well done during a difficult school year. Rumiko Knowles has details.
We're very pleased with our national examination results.
District Superintendent of Education Ivan Butler says they are very pleased with the results they received from the district.
We want to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of our teachers. We also want to say thank you for the parents for having faith and sending their kids to us during a pandemic. in which they were able to successfully take their exams and successfully come to school. And so the end result, which we in the district are very, very proud of, is some very exciting grades.
Principal of St. George's High School, Shannon Roll, and Principal of the 8 Mile Rock High School, Mario Cooper, congratulating the hardworking teachers and students of those institutions, noting that despite the many challenges they faced throughout the school year, they were able to overcome.
You want to say especially hats off to our language arts department, religious studies and electrical installation teachers and students for achieving 14 A's in each of these subjects, and the carpentry and joinery teacher and students who achieved 8 A's. We had several firsts, and one of them being our language arts department getting 14 A's in a number of years. So we really want to commend the teachers and the students.
Just to mention a few of the departments that have received 100% passes: literature, Spanish, art and design, geography, food nutrition, electrical installation, art. Of course, the language department stepped up big this year with a 71% pass in language. And general science, 86% pass. Farming and human science, 93% pass. Social studies, 81%. So again, this is the hard work. The health science department was just awesome with 15 A's.
Students of Jack Haywood Junior and Senior High Schools also performed exceptionally well, according to Principals Joyanne Pennerman and Bronwyn Smith.
Glancing at the BJC results that I received yesterday evening, I can proudly say that the school has improved. Last year, the results, we had an overall pass of about 60%, so we're now up to 65.44% overall passes. I would specifically like to highlight that we attained 42 A's, 149 B's, 170 C's. So I am very grateful for the performance of the school.
I was very pleased by seeing the number of A's we had in the areas like language and math, where we were deficient, but still students were able to perform. I saw increases in many areas. I saw a steady maintenance of what usually happens, so I'm very pleased.
This is the Mary Patricia Russell Junior High School turning in good grades as well after a challenging academic year. Principal Albert Jones says he too is pleased with the improvement.
As you know, the junior high schools are very integral in that the BJCs, 4 BJCs are required for the National High School Diploma. And so we are looking at making sure that our students leaving the junior high schools are already equipped with their 4 BJCs to meet that criteria before they get into the high school.
Rumiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
Stay with us, there's more news right after this break.